We're learning some more details about the 2024 NASCAR schedule. A new long-awaited track could be making its debut for the Cup Series, and Supercars is going to get a bit more connected with NASCAR. Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Jet. Welcome back to an episode of Inside Lines. Hope you're all having a great day. As always, before we get into it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on today's storylines. The first one we're going to talk about is, of course, the 2024 Cup Series schedule. We've heard little bits and details for it. This is what we know. We know that we start in Daytona, we end in Phoenix, Los Angeles is returning, the Brickyard 400 is returning, and Bristol's going to get 2 dates. That's all we know at the moment. However, an announcement is expected to take place on Wednesday, October 3rd, that a new Cup Series, a long-awaited Cup Series debut, will be making its way to the series next year, and that is Iowa Speedway. Yes, Iowa Speedway will make its debut in the NASCAR Cup Series in 2024, and it will take place on the weekend during the summer months, and it will be in conjunction with the NASCAR Xfinity Series on the weekend of June 15th and the 16th. That was reported by The Athletic. Now, what's interesting about this announcement from The Athletic, or this revelation about from The Athletic, is that NASCAR originally was going to go to Montreal. That was the original plan, and that was also a track that a lot of fans have been wanting to see. NASCAR, the Cup Series, hasn't been outside the United States since 1958, so this would have been a great opportunity to do that. However, whether it was travel restrictions or government restrictions, whatever the case may be, it's not going to happen, at least in 2024. At least it looks like. So what Iowa is going to be doing coming to the 2024 schedule is that it will replace Fontana, Auto Club Speedway. We know that it's not going to be part of NASCAR this year or maybe ever. I don't know what's going on. Things are a bit murky with that situation down in Fontana, California. But Iowa, originally Montreal, was going to replace Fontana. Now it's going to be Iowa making its long-awaited debut. Now, if you're a longtime NASCAR fan, you know that Iowa has been one of those tracks that both fans and drivers have been craving for to make its debut to the Cup Series. It has been part of NASCAR in the Xfinity and Truck division since 2009 until 2019. Then COVID happened, NASCAR left Iowa, and it seemed as though that they were never going to return until now. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how NASCAR approaches Iowa, since Iowa is known to be having big events. We know what they've been doing in collaboration with Hy-Vee with the IndyCar weekend, that event going down there in July. So they have that big event feel, or at least they can have a big main event feel for it. I'm very interested to seeing what NASCAR could do with Iowa. I don't want to say I will be disappointed, but I will be hoping that some type of change or something happens with the short track package, because we know how bad the short track package is with this next gen car. And I'm afraid that going to Iowa, in its debut race, it's going to be a bad show. At least that's, I don't want to be pessimistic. I want to be optimistic, but I don't know. When you have seen the racing in the short track package, it's better, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. Now, this is another interesting little nugget from Bob Pockrass. Iowa is expected to be the only new track on the 2024 schedule. Not only that, but there could be some playoff switches, like Texas more than likely will be moving to the spring part, maybe take over IndyCar's schedule around March, around that area, and Texas will not have a spot in the playoffs. On top of that, because of the 2-week break due to the Olympics going on, remember NASCAR and NBC, they have that partnership. You know, NBC is covering the Olympics, so they have to put NASCAR on the back burner for those 2 weeks. And with no doubleheader or midweek race, possibly, again, this is just speculating, it looks like more than likely the Darlington, the Southern 500, would be the regular season finale. Usually it's always on Labor Day weekend, and with the way the schedule is looking like it will line up, the final race of the season will land on Labor Day weekend, which will be given to Darlington. At least that's the idea. We know that NASCAR makes changes. We know NASCAR likes to NASCAR things up, like when they got rid of Darlington on Labor Day weekend in exchange for Fontana during that period of time in the early 2000s. I don't know what's going to happen with this 24 schedule. There are so many what ifs, because let's say this hypothetically. Okay, Darlington is the regular season finale. Where's Daytona? Does Daytona go back to July 4th weekend? Does Daytona go in the playoffs? I mean, it would be a NASCAR thing to do to put Daytona in the playoffs. Obviously, you shouldn't. It'd be stupid to. but it would be a NASCAR thing to do to put Daytona in the playoffs. But I've never seen this much hype and curiosity around a schedule before, ever. There's so many things. Even though Bob Parker said that Iowa is probably going to be the only new track added to the schedule, there are still so many clues, so many what ifs. Again, where's Daytona going to be? The second race. Will it be in July? Will it be in the playoffs? You know, will Atlanta maybe get pushed into the playoffs? Like what's going to happen? And I'm just so excited to see what this 24 schedule is going to look like. Our final story, let's go down under. Let's talk about Australia and VA Supercars. We know those two, VA Supercars and NASCAR, have had a bit of a relationship these past few months. First was Shane Van Gisbergen coming to America, winning at Chicago. Then Brody Kostecki came to America at the Indy GP, or the Indy Road Course, I should say, to compete with Richard Childress Racing. Speaking of Brody, his team, Erebus Motorsport, looks like it also wants to make the jump to compete in NASCAR. This is coming off of the heels where Brody Kostecki himself stated that he also wants to run more NASCAR races or run more oval races in America in 2024. According to an article with AutoAction.com, the CEO of the team, Barry Ryan, stated, quote, "It is something we've talked about for a while, and I've always told Betty Clemenco that it should be something we look at. With Brody having so much interest in it too, and with what he did, it's silly not to keep developing our relationship with RCR for the benefit of both teams. RCR definitely sees value in it for their road course program, and we see value in it. If we can send more staff over there and get some experience between events, it's invaluable. If we can cycle some of our crew over there and some engineering staff like George and Tom, we can always learn something. That's why for a period there, I did Spa 24 hours, Dubai 24 hours, Macau, and all those races because you just learn so much. This is a way to go over there and work with a team that we've already got a relationship with, and the prize money and stuff that you can get over there if you can do a good job. You can pay a big percentage of it, if not a lot of it, through results. It's different from Supercars." And now this is not some publicity or stunt or like a pipe dream where, oh, I wish. This is something that, at least according to the team, they are being for real for. And they are providing calendars to align with Supercars and NASCAR to make sure that this does happen. In fact, in an article back in 2019 with the same website, the majority owner of that team, Betty Clemenco, has expressed real interest to wanting to race in NASCAR. Again, all the way back in 2019. Now in 2023, you have this alliance with, I shouldn't say alliance, not an official alliance, but again, NASCAR, they did take some things from Supercars. They went over to Australia when developing the next gen car to take some things about it. The Gen 3 Supercar, even though it's not the same, there are a lot of things where you look at it from the outside and you go, okay, those can look similar. I'm not saying they are similar, it's just that you can do a lot of comparisons from the outside, from an outsider's perspective. Now you're seeing Shane Van Gisbergen leave NASCAR or leave Supercars to go to NASCAR. Brody Kostecki wants to run in NASCAR. You're now starting to see a lot more paths crossing between NASCAR and VA Supercars. All I'm saying is this is the beginning. This is the start of a new era between the two racing series. I think from this point on, that relationship is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to be more inclusive, more crossroads you're going to see. I don't know if you're going to see more teams in it. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see if Erebus Motorsport wants to make the jump to NASCAR. Number one, when will they do that? Number two, how are they going to do that? Because I can't see them. I mean, when you see how much charters are nowadays, like what, 40, excess 30, $40 million. I mean, at least that's how much Spire paid for Live Fast Motorsport. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be very difficult, I think, for anyone to get into NASCAR, but they can at least try it, especially with our relationship with RCR. It would be so much fun to see more international flavor come to NASCAR and try it out. But those are my thoughts on these. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Inside the Line. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, my name is Jet from MDK. Thanks for watching.